Silly me, I didn't have the mic plugged in. Hopefully that's in there now. Okay, good. So, here's a game that I never thought I'd put on this channel. Naruto Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. This is the newest game in the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series. This is the 6th entry. So for those of you that don't know, I am a pretty hardcore fan of Naruto. I've loved Naruto since 2013, literally a decade ago when I started watching Shippuden. But even before then, I've had experience with the Ultimate Ninja games on the PS2, even before then. I love this series, right? Now, the Storm games are like a kind of successor series to the Ultimate Ninja series that started on the PS3. There was Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, 2, 3, Generations, Revolution, 4, and now this one. Now, what's interesting about this game is that this came out like years after Storm 4. Storm 4 came out all the way in 2016, and we're finally getting a new Storm game. Whereas back then, we got a Storm game like every other year. So having this long of a hiatus between Storm games is kind of interesting. Like, everyone thought that the Storm series was dead. Like, we weren't going to get another Storm game because, well, Naruto Shippuden is over, and all we have is Boruto. So if they were going to do another Storm game, it would probably be Boruto-centered. Well, here we are, and we have Naruto Boruto. Now... Okay, I was just looking at chat. Here's the thing, right? The reason why I'm streaming this is because me and my bro are very big fans of these games. We have played every one of these. We've played them through and through. We would always verse each other and fight with each other on these games non-stop, and we're very experienced with these games. We've been playing these for like a decade, okay? So we were reasonably hyped when this game came out, right? So the thing about this game, at least from the impressions that we got from the advertisements, was that this was essentially going to be like the Smash Ultimate of the Storm games, where it brings all the characters together, where it brings a whole bunch of balancing to the gameplay, and it brings improved netcode for online play. Everything is fixed. Everything's better, right? So we were hyped. Now, being that this is a new game, it's gonna cost 60 bucks. And there's even a deluxe version which costs $100. My bro paid $100 for this so that he can get the deluxe version. I didn't. I only got the base version, the basic version for 60 bucks. So we were hyped, we got in, and we started playing, and we were disappointed. In fact, we were offended. In fact, we were pissed off. In fact, we spent literally an entire hour bitching and moaning about this game. There are so many things wrong with this game that I can't even begin to describe it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream it and show you what's wrong with it, because no one else seems to be doing it. I've seen a few people complain on Twitter about it, about a couple things, but I haven't seen anybody really go in depth as to why this game is dog shit. Okay? So first off, when you start the game, like when you actually boot it up for the first time, this is what you're met with. This is what they highlight you with, is the history mode, okay? Now, I mentioned that this is supposed to be like, you know, the Smash Ultimate of the Storm series, right? What I mean by that is that this game also wants you to play the entire Naruto storyline in one game, in one experience. And that is cool. That is a nice idea, to be able to play the entire Naruto storyline in one game. That's cool. That's got some valid incentive to play it. But here's the problem. If this is the first thing that they want you to do, if this is like the main calling to this game, Why is it that they skim through so much of it, and why is it that it is so, like, poorly put together? Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? So normally in these games, the story mode is done in such a way to where it's pretty in-depth. It took 3 games to go over the entire story, okay? So kind of clumping it all together into one game, you're gonna have to take some liberties, right? So Naruto Storm 1 took place during the first Naruto series, okay? This is Storm 1. Storm 2 had to do with the first half of Shippuden. So basically these two. Storm 3 had to do with, like, the middle section of Storm 3, or toward the end, so, like, right here. And then the Storm 4 had to do with the final arc, which was these two. Okay? Now here's the problem. And here's something I don't like. Storm 4 did this. In Storm 4, they replaced the cutscenes with these screenshot slideshows of the anime. And I didn't like that. Because the animation, like the real-time rendering of the cutscenes in the Storm games are so good. Like, I don't think, like, there's not a whole lot of, like, video game anime adaptations that look just like the anime like the Storm games do. Like, the animation, like, the art style, the graphics of the Storm games look just like the anime. So when they go out of their way to animate these cutscenes with the real-time rendering of the graphics, it looks good. So consider me disappointed when they decide to replace literally every fucking cutscene with these stupid anime screenshots. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go here, right? And by the way, like I said, they skim over a lot of this stuff. During the Akatsuki retrieval arc, right? You're supposed to be fighting numerous members of the Akatsuki to get Gaara back. No, you only get to fight Deidara. You get one fight with Deidara. They skip the fight with Sakura and Sasori. Okay? You don't get that. You don't get to have that boss fight. They skip that. They skip the rampage with Naruto. You don't get a boss fight with Orochimaru and Naruto either. You don't get the fight with Hidan and Shikamaru. You don't get that either. That's a cutscene. Like, all this shit. The Akatsuki retrieval arc was so good, and you only get to play like 4 fucking fights in it. This is my problem with this game. It's skimming through so much like shit. Now, I want to get into a cutscene because I want you guys to hear the other problem that I have with this, and that is the atrocious dub. Now, look, I love English dub. I'm probably one of the few people that will defend English dub with my life, because there's so many good examples of it, especially with, like, Funimation's dub. I like the English dub of Naruto. Naruto's got a great English dub, and even in the previous Storm games, the English dub was fantastic, right? The Storm games have always had a fantastic dub. Now, I don't know what the hell they were smoking for this game in particular, but they felt the need to redub everything. Every single character in this game, even the minute ones, even the completely obscure niche characters that no one plays as, even they got redubbed. And they all sound like shit. Every character in this game either doesn't sound like they're supposed to, or their deliveries sound like shit. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Let's go... I want to go to a tragic scene. I want to go to a... Let me go to this fight. Yeah, let's go here. Let's do this fight. Because this is the one that everyone's been drawing examples from.
No matter what.
You won't be able to put a scratch on me.
I'll bring Sasuke back at any cost.
Yeah, so...
Connection you share with Naruto and his friends. I want to see it for myself. Connection? You're as slow as ever.
I want to talk about the gameplay too, but I'll save that for after I talk about the dub, because I want to take this in segments. So right now we're just talking about the dub. For the most part, it's okay, but when you get to really emotional parts or parts where they have to yell or scream, that's when you notice that it's really bad. That's when you notice that something's wrong. So let's see what goes on here. Oh, I think here it comes. Nope, not yet. Not yet.
Why can't you understand? Sasuke!
See, lines like that, just rushed, just that just sounded rushed. That didn't sound right. But that wasn't the problem. It's coming up in this fight right here. Yep. Okay. Once we get him down to health, they're gonna play another cutscene, and that's gonna show the part with the infamous line that everyone's been picking up on. But there's more lines like that. There's way more lines just like that, and I'll show them off when I can. When I get into the gameplay aspect in a bit. Okay, 20-hit combo. Alright, that was easy. S rank, perfect. Okay, here it comes.
Did that wake you up?
What the, like, what was that?
You're still a child.
What was that? Did you hear that? So, about that scene in particular, that line in particular, what's funny about that line is that when someone posted that to Twitter, and they got the attention of Naruto's voice actress, I think her name is Miley Flanagan, they got her attention and they wanted to ask about it. And she responded with, I don't know where that's from. That's weird, because she's like, that's strange, because if I was recording for Naruto, I wouldn't sound anything like that. Because she's been recording for Naruto for like over 2 decades. She knows what she's doing. And again, this has a great dub. Naruto's always had a great dub. There's no way it should sound like this. So I would believe her when she says that she knows what she's doing. She knows bad direction when she hears it. And she's like, I don't know why that's there. She doesn't recall recording that. She doesn't recall sounding like that. So that's led people to believe one of 2 things. Either they got new voice actors for this, or they used AI. And I'm starting to believe that it was AI. Because, I'm going to show you in a second, okay? I'm starting to believe that the voice actors for this, that the redub for this, is AI. Because I'm going to show off... Oh, you weren't alerted for this one? Well, hey, welcome on. We're just ranting about this new Storm game, this new Naruto game, because it's dog shit, and I need to talk about it. So I talked about the campaign and how lackluster it is, and how rushed it is. Actually, no, let me go back for 1 second, because I want to bring attention to something. So that wasn't the only story mode tidbit, right? That's not the only thing, right? So the whole point of this was that it brings together the entire Naruto storyline in one game, okay? But there's more. Notice that the title of the game is Naruto Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, okay? That's because there's a special story mode revolving around Boruto. This is the real story mode of the game. This is where they put all their budget, all their effort, all their attention toward. But it's treated as a side story thing. It's treated like a secondary story mode, when it shouldn't be. This is the main drive of the game. This is the new content that you want. Not this. This is half-baked. This is rushed. This is just lazy. And speaking of lazy, Okay? We're gonna go back here again. I'm sorry, I keep jumbling this up. There's so much to talk about. Okay? Speaking of lazy, when me and my bro walked into this character select screen, when we were about to pick our characters, this is when we noticed red flags immediately. So, if you have a keen eye, you will notice that this character select screen is the exact same fucking character select screen from Storm 4. The exact same one. Which is weird to me, because with every Storm game, even the spin-off ones, they all had their own unique character select screen. This is fucking lazy. They didn't even bother to take the time to create their own character select screen. Like, dude. So yeah, it's literally the same roster as Storm 4, just with extra Boruto characters. Here you go. Here's all your fucking Boruto characters. Which, frankly, I don't care about. I didn't get this game for the Boruto characters. I really don't care about Boruto. I don't. I got it just because, oh, it's the newest Naruto game. It's gonna have 60 FPS. It's gonna have balancing. It's gonna play so much better. You know, it's gonna look better, right? No, just no. We were both disappointed. So I'm gonna pick just to show off an example. I'm gonna pick one of my favorite characters, Hidan. Okay, I'm gonna pick him, Kakuzu. Okay, and then we're just gonna go up against, I don't know, random characters. And I want to show you some examples of this bad redub work and why I think and why so many other people think that it could be AI. Because a lot of these characters just don't sound like the way they should. So, for context, Hidan is supposed to sound like a maniacal psychopath. Because he is. He's a sadist, he's a masochist, he loves pain, he gets his rocks off to pain, okay? He's supposed to sound like a maniac. So why does he sound like this? And that, and that, and that, and that! I want to get his finisher off. You guys need to hear what his finisher sounds like, because that's my biggest point of contention. Okay. Do you hear how fucking lazy that sounds? Curse Jutsu, Death Possession Blood. In the other game, it would have sounded like Curse Jutsu, Death Possession Blood. There's no enthusiasm in these voice lines. None. That's my biggest problem. And again, I'm going to keep showing off more characters because every character's like this. There's no fucking enthusiasm at these voices anymore. Ah, no, not Dataro. Who else? Who else can I pick? Let's go with... Yeah, there's just no enthusiasm with these voice lines anymore, man. No, you know what? Yeah, give me him. I know he's got some bad ones. Give me him. Okay, you're going up against Sai. Just, who cares about the stage? We're just... doesn't have the faults of AI, just the faults of bad VAs. I agree, doesn't have the... Well, that's the thing. I don't even know if, like... I'm so confused, because... if these are the original voice actors, were they just not given any direction for these? Because they really just sounded like they were done in one take, and they just did not fucking care. Which is completely out of character for these games, because they sound great. These games have a great dub, and so does the anime. It should not sound this fucking piss poor. Now I'm gonna do his ultimate. Now listen to what he says when I do it, okay? I'll hit you! Why does he say it like that? Another problem that I have with this game, it happens during cutscenes and a lot of, like, pivotal moments. a lot of the effects are missing. Like, sometimes characters' voices should have, like, echoes on them, or, like, reverb or something, and it's just not there. There is no echo effect on any of these voices when they should have them. Like, when they're doing a flashback, or when they're, like, when they're, like, doing an inner monologue or something like that. There's no voice effect, so it sounds really jarring when that happens. This game's just fucking lazy, dude. What does Sasuke sound like? Sasuke doesn't sound too bad in this game, actually. Sasuke is one of the few characters that, even though he has a redub, doesn't sound terrible. But most of the characters in this game just have, like, this lackluster, rushed performance with no enthusiasm. Who else was there that I wanted to pick? Sakon doesn't sound like the way he used to either. But I'm not going to pick him. I want to show this off, because this is these characters are like an in-joke between me and my bro, because we like to play as them all the time. Besides the redub, another issue that I have with this game is the fact that they removed a lot of voice lines in tandem with that. So typically when you do a move, or like when you do anything in this game, these characters would say like a one-liner, right? They would say something like if I were to do a grab as Raikage, okay? Raikage would say something like, Iron Claw, but he doesn't say that anymore. He says, come on, get back here, what do you say? Yeah, he doesn't say Iron Claw anymore. He says, what do you say, eat this or take this? It's just generic, man. A lot of the lines in this game has just been like replaced with like grunts and noises and like nothing iconic. That doesn't sound nearly as good as it did before. And let's see. I want to see if I can try to awaken at all. Yeah, I need to get him to awaken me real quick, because there's another thing that he would say that's not there anymore. And it's like, the voice lines to me and my bro just kind of added to the charm to the game. Because, like, it helps, because, like, when you're fighting, when you're doing, like, a serious fight and you hear these voice lines, you kind of, like, recite them just to kind of add to the humor of the game. See, that's not nearly as good as, like, I'm gonna teach you to fear my... But yeah, it's, dude, the erasure of voice lines, the redub. But now, getting away from the dub, I want to talk about the gameplay next, okay? Because I know we've been doing it. Let's talk about the gameplay issues, or some of the changes, rather. I'm gonna go to practice mode for this, just so that we're not eating shit constantly. So, we need to talk about the gameplay, because this was a big concern for me when we started playing. I'll pick Kakashi, why not? So, for the past couple days, I was under the impression that they removed the tilt attacks. Tilt attacks are basically what happens when you tilt the stick and press the attack button. It was basically like a secondary jutsu. But those aren't here anymore. You can't do that. Those are gone. Now, that kind of irritated me because the tilt attacks were kind of integral to some characters and were pretty useful tools in combat. But I found out, through experimentation, that they didn't get rid of the tilt moves. They remapped them to a different button. So, normally, in the older Storm games, you would have, like, a powered-up shuriken move, like where you throw a shuriken like this, and you could power it up by pressing triangle, and it would do it like a powered-up shuriken move. That has been removed in place of the tilt move. So now, you have a secondary jutsu this is what the tilt move would have been. So the tilt moves are still here, but now they're just replaced with a different button. Which is neat, I guess. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But I will say that they do, like, blend into combos better. So that is kind of a good change. Other gameplay changes are like little quality of life improvements, like, like, what is there? Like, being able to combo into things easier, like when they hit the ground, you can continue comboing into them even after they've got a hard knockdown, which is kind of debatable. I know that's a little controversial because I know people on Twitter are talking about how this game is a little bit too easy for combo freedom. Because it is very easy. It is very, like, easy to get shit on in this game. Like, rounds can go by very fast because of how easy these combo windows are. You can switch to teammates during combos, you can use them during assists, you can do combo cancels and jump cancels, like that, like what I just did right there. You can just keep doing that. Okay, there's the awakening. Now, I feel like, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I feel like the substitutions have been nerfed. It's like, they feel like they load slower than they should, which is bad for a game that's been adjusted this much, because like I said, with the game's combo windows being this open, I feel like the substitution should have been at least buffed a little bit, because oh boy, with the assists and the combo cancels and the combo extenders, it's like, good lord, you really need to pick and choose when to use these things. But now I want to talk about my final criticism, and this is the biggest one, okay? Now, I mentioned how this game made balancing changes to the characters, and it advertised itself as having improved netcode. Because the thing about this game, I feel like this game was catered toward the competitive crowd, because it specifically went out of its way to make all these balancing changes to the characters, right? It made all these changes to have improved netcode because they knew about how big the online community for this game was, which is crazy, considering that most anime games don't get this successful. Naruto Storm is probably one of the few successful anime fighting games out there, aside from, like, what, Xenoverse? Like, this is, like, one of the most successful anime games out there. And, like, the online community for this game is huge, right? So tell me, why is it that when we go to online battle, that there is no option, there is literally no option for private lobbies? None. You go to matching settings, nope, you can change region, but there's nothing. You don't get the option to create private lobbies. Even Storm 4 had this. So why would you not create the option to have private lobbies in a fighting game where you specifically made changes and improvements for the online community, knowing that people were going to play this together day one? That's not the worst part, though. You want to know what the worst part of this game is? The worst part is getting into a match, right? You start matchmaking, and guess what? Once you match up with somebody,
You are destined to die here. It's where your path comes to an end.
you can't leave.
Never go back on what I
You
said.
can't leave.
That's my ninja
You can't back out. Once you match up with someone, you have to sit there and deal with it and play with them until the match is over, or you can dashboard and quit the game. Yeah. That's your only option. So once you match up with someone, you better fucking suck it up and play, bitch. Wow. Just wow. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this game, but good lord. Also, by the way, Minato player, I want you to get used to this, because online mode in this game is just nothing but Minato players. This is the entire game. It's nothing but meta players that pick, like, Naruto, Sasuke, Minato, like, Sarada, Boruto. It's all the same characters. Which, I don't know why this game even has a meta, because this game is already kind of unbalanced. And, like, almost every character plays similar to each other already. So I don't get it. I really don't understand, like... I think people are just talking out their ass when they say that Minato is, like, a meta character just because... I think they're just playing favorites. I think people just say that because that it's because they're, like... He's, like, their favorite character. I think that's why they're saying that. It's just because he's their favorite character. It's the same reason why people keep picking Sasuke and Naruto, just because, oh, they're main characters, oh, they're the only characters that people care to play as. I don't see anybody picking the characters that I'm picking. Like, you don't see anybody playing as Kabuto. You don't see anybody playing as Hidan. You don't see anybody playing as those characters, like, ever. You will never see people playing those characters in online. And see, he's not even meta. I can tell he's trying to do, like, online tactics. I can tell he's trying to do, like, tournament tactics, right? Like, he's trying to play smart. Like, he's trying to do all these, like, cancels and shit, but it's not working because, like I said, he's not meta. I don't care how many people say it, he's not meta. This game doesn't have a fucking meta. It's just that it's... You have characters that work better than others, but they all play the same. See, I'm whooping his ass right now. That's not gonna hit. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. The stun move. Yeah, I forgot to show off the stun. In Storm 4, when you would do the stun, normally the stun move would, like, push people away. Aw, damn, I ate shit. He probably threw a shuriken at me. This move right here, the stun, where I do, like, this... Yeah, that, in this game, actually works as a proper stun. Because before, it would just, like, push them away from you, like, 20 feet. Which I didn't really like that, because all that really did was buy you time. That didn't really give you an opportunity to hit them. So in this game, it actually functions as like a proper stun. That way you can actually get a combo off them. Yeah, get off me, bitch. Buddy, you're trying too hard. Yeah, see, in that too, The jutsu spam in this game is ridiculous. I also feel like they need to nerf that. Because when people do jutsus, they have, like, this kind of, like, super armor and invulnerability to where they can just get that off whenever they want. So Minato players, what they'll do, they'll just keep spamming their Rasengan because you'll just dash into it, or you'll try to do an attack and there's nothing you can do about it. It's kind of just invincible for them. So they'll just keep spamming that because they know there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, like that. Nope. Better knock it off, Crispy. Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. And you're dead. Nice. But yeah, I wasn't expecting us to get a win. But yeah, that's what sucks about this game. Yeah, so like I said, matchmaking sucks because you don't get private lobbies, which they did say that they will add them at a future date, but the fact that it wasn't even in the game at launch is ridiculous to me. And the fact that once you enter matchmaking with somebody that you can't leave. Why is that a thing? Why do I have to quit to why do I have to quit to dashboard just to get out of a match that I don't want to be in? Like, what if it's someone that I'm actively trying to avoid? What if it's someone that I don't want to play with? What if it's someone that has a low bar connection and I don't want to play it? Is this a new game? Yes, it is indeed a new game. This came out a few days ago. This is the newest game in the Storm series. And I'm just ranting about it because this is the 6th game, and frankly, the previous one was better, in my opinion. Because this one just makes all kinds of unnecessary, lazy changes. This game is lazy. At the end of the day, I think this game is lazy. Yeah, so I think we've gone over everything I wanted to go over. This game has a terrible, lackluster campaign. It has a terrible, atrocious dub. It has a completely botched online matchmaking system. It makes completely unnecessary gameplay changes that benefits nobody. And I feel like it's a step in the wrong direction. I feel like it's a step backwards. Because I feel like Naruto Storm 4 did everything better than this. There are a couple things that I like. Like I said, there are a couple things that I like. I do like the fact that the tilt moves are moved to a different button and they flow into combos better. I feel like that kind of helps for gameplay. I do like that the stun has been made into an actual stun now. But that's it. That's it. I don't know what else I could tell you. I personally think all anime fighters... Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I didn't want to get too serious with this because it is just an anime arena fighter. But this is like one of the most successful anime fighters out there, though. That's what I'm trying to get at. This one's different because Naruto Storm is a very successful anime arena fighter franchise. This is a very expansive series. And it's been successful for over a decade. So for this game to be as botched as it is just puzzling. I don't know what they were thinking with this. And I really want to know what's going on with this dub, because for the first time ever in a Naruto game, I've actually been compelled to switch to the Japanese voice acting. I never do that. I've never felt the need to do that in a Naruto game. That's how bad this fucking dub is. I cannot believe I'm saying this about a Naruto game, that the dub is shit. But it is. A lot of characters just don't sound like the way they should. Like, their voices sound off-model, and their deliveries sound like shit. I don't know. I don't know if they even have the same voice actors, because according to one of them, according to Naruto's voice actress, she doesn't even remember doing half of these lines. She's just as puzzled as we are. Because when she was presented with one of the bad examples of this atrocious dub, she was like, I don't remember recording that. That's weird. So is it AI? Did they get new voice actors in here? Because whatever it is, if they did get the voice actors in here, they clearly didn't give them direction. Because that's what a lot of these voice lines sound like. There's just no direction. There's no intensity. There's no enthusiasm. It all sounds like shit. That, or it's AI, and I think it is. Just because of how dead a lot of these performances sound, it sounds like AI. I don't know. Either way, it's shit. And I cannot believe I'm saying that about a Naruto dub. That a Naruto dub sounds like shit. I've never said that in my life. But here we are. This game fucking sucks. It sucks so bad that, like, within the first hour of playing, me and my bro were already talking about uninstalling the game. No. See, no. They didn't clip lines from the anime. That's not how it works. See, the lines from the anime sound good. They wouldn't do that. No. They would not do that. You would be able to tell if it was a line from the anime. The anime has a good dub. Right? And I don't know why they would go out of their way to, like, put so much effort into redubbing the game just to make it sound worse. That's the ironic part of this whole thing. They went through so much effort to redub everything just to make it worse. That's what sucks the most. They could have just left it alone. They really could have just left the dub alone, because the dub work from the previous Storm games sounded perfect. They sounded great. They could have just left it alone. But they didn't, and now it sounds like shit. I'm hoping what'll happen. I know they said that they're gonna add private matchmaking at some point, but I also hope that they add the ability to, like, exit out of matchmaking too, because that's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to exit to dashboard to leave a matchmaking lobby. That's stupid. But I doubt they'll do it, but I at least hope that they'll add the option to have the old dub back, because this sounds terrible. I cannot believe that I would, like, consider switching to Japanese voice acting to get away from this, because this is bad. I mean, oh yeah, you know what? There is one other thing that I do like about this game, and that's the costumes and the colors. So in this game, you do have colors now. This is new. You did have costumes before, but you never had colors to pick from. I do like the addition of the colors. That is neat. Like, look at that. They have, like, the manga colors. That's cool. I like that. I like that they got the manga colors. That's neat. But that's it. That's the only praise I'm giving this fucking game. That's the only praise I'm giving this game. This game is shit. This game's dog shit. CC2, what the hell were you smoking when you made this? Alright, what were we saying in chat? Let me catch up on chat. I know I've been kind of... I've been focusing on the game for too long, but let me just... Yeah, the game has rollback netcode, but no private lobbies. They made all these changes and improvements and balancing to the game, but couldn't even bother to give the most basic options for matchmaking. How do you fuck that up? How do you tailor-make a game to the online community, to the competitive community, and you fail to give even the most basic options for online matchmaking? How the fuck do you do that? I'm puzzled. I'm seriously puzzled. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. That's really all I have to say about this game, because it is just an anime fighter. It's another Naruto game. But I'm very disappointed by how little effort was put into here. Oh no, I'm sorry. There was effort put into here, but the effort that was put into this made it worse. They put effort into it, alright. They put an effort to make this worse. Yeah, this is gonna be it's just a short stream. I just wanted to rant about this game because I feel like not enough people are talking about it. People are talking about it, sure, but they're not going, like, in-depth into it as to why it's so bad. I've seen people, yeah, they picked a clip from, like, one of the cutscenes, and yeah, that's a bad example. Yeah, that's one of the examples. But they're not talking about the gameplay, they're not talking about the campaign, they're not talking about the online matchmaking, they're not talking about the other myriad of problems I just talked about. I would rather be playing Storm 4 right now. And it's like, yeah, that's the other thing, right? The 60 FPS. That's another part of this game that I like. Yeah, the 60 FPS is nice, but at what cost? At what cost? I like playing at 60 FPS, but at what cost, man? If I knew the game was going to be this shit, I would not have bought it. I would have at least waited like a year, maybe, to see if the game performed well, if they made all the changes that they needed to change to update the game fully, and then got it. Hopefully Budokai Tenkaichi 4 will be this good. I hope it will. I hope Tenkaichi 4 has a fucking proper, like, matchmaking system. I hope they let you have the ability to make private lobbies. Good lord, man. Yeah, I'm stumbling over a lot of my words just because of how seething I am right now. Oh, I'm so livid with this game. I love Naruto. This is coming from a place of passion, alright? I love Naruto. I love these games. I love the Storm games. That's why I'm so disappointed, because I love these games. But this game just fucking sucks. It sucks. That's just the short end of it. It sucks. Long story short, it sucks. I hate it. And I wish I could uninstall it, but I paid money for it and I want to get my money's worth, so I'm going to beat the campaign, I'm going to get some online matches in, and I'm just going to do what I can, and then I'm going to uninstall it and never come back. Unfortunately for my bro, though, since he paid $100 for this, he's going to have to sit through the entire season pass and get his money's worth. Boy. Yep, they made an effort to make it worse. How poetic. But that's gonna do it for me. I just wanted to rant about this piss-poor anime game that I love with all my heart, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Well, here's hoping that the future updates will make this game better. I'm not gonna hold my breath, though. But yeah. I'm Darian64. This was Naruto Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, a very disappointing, lackluster, lazy game that I hope gets improved over time, but probably not. I will catch y'all later.